And this is how we get down. What's good, everybody? Welcome into Coaching Company. We are live on an F day, Wednesday, my favorite day of the week. We are live on the Stadium Network every single weekday and everywhere that Stadium is. Amazon Prime Video, DirecTV, YouTube TV, Roku TV, and starting tomorrow, May 1st, 2 more big platforms are signing on, so you will be able to find us everywhere, available in over 100 million homes. Now, we have so much content to get to over the course of the next 60 minutes. I encourage you, we've got 2 different YouTube channels. If you want your voice to be heard here, then subscribe to our new YouTube channel. You can put your name into the chat and you can chat away. Now, as always, we want to have a great day when it comes to our best bets, but you're going to have some bad ones. And that's exactly what we had yesterday. Now, 3-6 is not the worst thing in the world, but it's certainly not the best. But once again, our man from the dirty, Big Chuck going 2-0. He cashed his first half goal with PSG in about 3 minutes or something like that. It was absolutely bananas. Today, if you haven't watched Coach and Bro, incredible show yesterday, also The Last Word, also on demand on our wrestling YouTube page. We are brought to you, as always, by Deemerbox JTS. And I believe that is all the housekeeping that I need to get to because I got company. They are banging at my door here in Orlando. I don't know how they found me here at the biggest DoubleTree in the world. But let's get back to it. Coming up in 30 minutes, we're hooping it up. 2 big elimination games tonight. We got 2 superstars, Jimmy Butler, Steph Curry, that are prepared to move on. 2 superstars, LeBron James, Luka Doncic. They might be going home. Then, coming up in about 15 minutes, what do my guys need to get off their chest in honor of our man, Howie Schwab? Our rants are coming, and you guys absolutely love them. So, without further ado, it's time to beat the books. Bounce back day. I'm even going to cash with the coach today, but look who I have today. 3 of my favorite ranters of all time. Now, let me start with this because, Raphael, you're my numbers guy. You're always bringing the smoke when it comes to numbers. Why in the world, with a bad wrist, did Jason Tatum decide that last night was the night that he would go absolutely bananas in sending the Orlando Magic home where I'm sitting right now?
Yeah, he did. Did you see that one dunk he been in a baseline, dunked it, turned around the TVs and gave the middle finger? He was giving it to me. That's what he did. He turned around, gave the middle finger to me, and ran up the court. So, yeah, that was a bad pick by me.
And Tommy, I feel like you've got multiple personalities. You've got rant coming up about 15 minutes. I have no idea where you're going, but you're wearing your Giants sweatshirt today. And I don't know, I'm very conflicted. But then your Yankees are going bananas. Where's your head at right now, sir?
I'm happy. My Celtics advanced. The Yankees hit 4 home runs again. They're back, okay. And my Giants are back, and I'll talk about that in a little bit. So I'm very happy, Coach.
Yeah, you look very happy. It still doesn't make any sense that you're a Celtics fan and a Giants fan and a Yankees fan. It makes no sense. But we'll deal with that in Rant Wednesday.
Right.
Now, our resident curmudgeon shows up last. Our only 5-star chef in the game. And I've learned over the course of the last several months how to tweak him and just push his buttons just a little bit. So, Seabass, I just got a text that came through on my phone literally 90 seconds ago. And I believe it's going to frustrate you, but it may frustrate Soupy even more. I want you to watch it and then react. Producer man, if you don't mind, please.
Which is as easy as riding this bike. What else are you going to tell me? The Rockies lost today? Water's wet? Oh, Soupy.
Oh, my God. So our boy Young Peyton is talking trash after another prize fight victory over Soupy. Seabass, your thoughts?
Listen, I actually like this one, riding around on the bike at night, like in the middle of nowhere, the little ding at the end. Yeah, I mean, that's like next level trash talk that's like you have to really think about what's going on here.
Yeah.
Peyton, I like this one. I like
Wow, you're getting a Seabass clap, Peyton. I
like
know.
this
I
one.
know. Robbie Hockey says he's such a heel. I think he's a born heel. I
Oh, yeah.
really, really do. Because you know when guys talk trash and you don't want to love it, but those are the best heels in wrestling too. You don't want to love it, but
Yeah.
you kind of do.
Yeah.
Oh,
Kind of like you.
I was a great heel like that.
Yeah,
I really
right.
was.
Yeah.
Right now in my head, I have Soupy talking the worst trash. He goes, "Oh yeah, Mr. Lettuce. Yeah, that's all he would say right now."
Water is wet. You're right.
Yeah.
Coach, I love this line. Water is wet. The babyface assassin. That's
The
him.
baby face assassin. All right, gentlemen, the four of us and Mark, we have a job to do today because we went 3-6 yesterday. And I know, Seabass, you weren't here. Big Tommy, I know you weren't here. So I'm going to put this on me and Raphael, but you guys need to help us today. So I want to start with our best bets. I want to focus. I want to be strong. And Big Chuck even sent one in as well. But who would like to start? I want to know who wants to smoke. Who want? That's
I want
what I'm
redemption.
talking about.
I want redemption.
Damn it, hell yeah. Raphael, start us off. What do we got today?
I'm giving the NBA the middle finger after I cashed this bet because I'm going with the Minnesota Timberwolves team total over 101.5. Yes, they're playing in La La Land. I could care less. They've hit this number in back-to-back games. And listen to this. They have hit this number in 30 out of 31 games they have played. They're averaging 108 points a game in this series. Bye-bye, Lakers. You go down. Timmy the team total over 101.5. And then I go to baseball. Give me some Giants. Just Giants and Padres. First five. Coach's favorite, under 4 runs at -110. I think the starters, I think Michael King mows down the Giants today. I think the runs would be all in the second half, just like we saw yesterday, 5 runs after the first inning. So I'll take the first 5 under 4 runs.
Starting to move away from the I hate unders. It's more of a dislike these days, not so much of a hate. You know what I mean? So, Tommy, me and you have a little synergy today.
Mhm.
So I'm going to let you go first because I love on Wednesdays, you always keep your picks very, very simple. What do you have today?
Coach, I love this pick, man. I'm taking the Warriors +4 -108. How can this be? Did everybody watch the game the other night? Curry's just unconscious. Butler's playing off the wall, and they are 4 points underdog. And here's a little big Tommy C fun note: the Warriors have won 4 of their last 5 games as underdogs. I'm taking the ball and running with it. Give me Curry all day, every day. It'll be a good game in Houston. But 4 points, that's a lot of points, guys.
All right. I think we just branded something. You called it a big Tommy C nugget. Is that what you called it?
Fun fact.
Oh, fun fact. All right. Big
Yeah.
Tommy C fun fact. All right. Producer man's already working on that. All right. I love this play. 4 out of 5, they actually won the game on the court, you said, correct? That's your
Yes.
fun fact today. I love that play. You know what's another thing is? It's the yo-yo theory, Tommy. And I've got 3 plays today that we're going to cash with the coach. The yo-yo theory is if you don't do something one game, you're going to do it the next. And Steph Curry has gone over this number in 2 of the 4 games. Game 1, Game 3, and what's tonight? Say it all with me. Game 5. You're
All
damn right, Seabass. And he had over 30, at least 31 in 1 and 3. So tonight, 26.5 -115. Yo-yo, let's take it. Then Jimmy Butler. He had a big game in Game 4. He had 27 points, 6 assists. Now take the game out where he got hurt and didn't play, and he's gone over this number in every single one in the last 4 or 5 games. Over 5.5 assists plus money. +115. I think tonight, because Curry goes off, Jimmy Butler's going to be facilitating. So I think he's going to hit 8, 9. He'll blow past this 5.5 number. Then in the Lakers game, I really don't care, Raphael, if the Lakers get blown out. Because Luka, all he's doing is playing on one end of the court, and that's the offensive end. And he's been very offensive on the defensive end. See what I did there? He scored 38 in the last game, and it didn't matter. They lost anyway. So tonight, I'm going to go to his threes. Over 3.5 threes at -115. He's going to get to at least 5 or 6. Both he and LeBron, there's no way they go down without firing up every time they get the ball. So give me Luka over 3.5 threes, and those are how you're going to cash with the coach 3 different times tonight in the NBA. Seabass, coming to you. What do you got?
We're going to go back over to Major League Baseball. First 3 innings play, St. Louis Cardinals taking on the Cincinnati Reds today. We're going to take the Reds first 3 money line minus 122. Mikolas is on the mound for St. Louis today. ERA approaching 7 on the road. He's given up 11 runs in the first 3 innings combined compared to Brady Singer, who's only given up 2 so far this year, and has got a 3.3 ERA at home. So give me Cincinnati first 3 innings on the money line. And then my to get a hit parlay today, Freddie Freeman back in action. He's going up against Cal Quantrell. He's 8 for 15 with him with a 533 batting average. And then J-Rod, Julio Rodriguez of the Mariners versus Tyler Anderson, who is 6 for 8 against him in a 750 batting average.
Always count on my man Seabass for some solid MLB picks. Now, Big Chuck, he actually texted me. He says, Coach, I can't let the team down. I got to throw something into the pot today. So I'm going to go with let me check my notes, CONCACAF Champions Cup second leg. Who all watched the first leg?
I didn't know there was one.
Inter Miami and Vancouver over 2.75. That means if they score 3, you get half your bet. If they score 4, you get the full bet. Inter Miami, who is an offensive juggernaut, they're down 0-2 aggregate after the first leg. So they need to have a wide open game tonight. Home matches for Inter Miami average 3.4 total goals. So let's lock in that 2.75. Now, we have a great new partnership with an incredible new website. Algorithms, total spreads, whatever advantage you can have, we get it at JTS. Now, Mark, bringing you on now, how has the traffic been since you started to partner with Coaching Company?
Coach, unbelievable. And to be honest, everything that we sort of expected with this program and everything that you guys are helping us do. It's just been great to get out there and have the exposure.
See, I can tell you're even a little bit so excited you can hardly get it out right now. And I appreciate that. I understand that. It's good. It's good. All right. Now, we always get a JTS play of the day. So where are we headed today, sir?
Coach, this play of the day is going to be a little bit Sugarland and a little bit Showtime. Let's start with Houston Astros pitcher AJ who? That's AJ Bluebow. He got called up yesterday, and he's already got the walk rate of a pitcher trying to dodge traffic cones. 10 walks in 21 innings while at AAA Sugarland, and today faces a Detroit team that ranks 3rd in both walks and runs scored in the first 5. So yeah, the leash is probably going to be pretty short, but not short enough to stop him from walking 2. We're going to pair that with Minnesota's Naz Reid to get over 10 points in this game. Reid turns into Magic Johnson with a jumper every time he hits LA. He's averaging 17 points a game when facing the Lakers on their home floor. And tonight, he isn't just playing another game. He's looking to turn out the lights, the party's over, and lower the curtain on the Lakers playoff run. Put both of them together, and you get a plus 130 Just a Stat Sports play of the day.
Boys, I know we're all thinking the exact same thing. How do we download the QR code on the screen right now? Using that code BTT30, I'm going to give you 30 days for free. You can check out everything that JTS Sports has to offer. And I'm telling you, it's just in the infancy stages. Mark and his team have been amazing, but we're going to grow with them. And everybody that has joined so far has been absolutely thrilled because you get so much extra content on one site. Seabass, you have a wife that's a recording artist. What would she think about the lead singer? You only got 15 seconds of Side Quest.
I was gonna Side Quest. I forgot that was the name. I got nothing. I'm lost. I was hoping that there was video. I've been waiting from the video from the other night, from last week, but
we're going to get there. We're going to get there.
We don't need the video.
Oh, my goodness. All right, we're just getting started. It's an F day for damn sure. They're coming up next. It's Coaching Company. Where else would you want to be but right here live on Stadium? All right, we continue on here on our brand new sports betting only YouTube page, home of Coaching Company, and also weekday wagers. Last night, Tommy, we have a thread. We get a text from Seabass. He goes, "Are you guys watching the beginning of this Orioles-Yankees game?" And he had to watch it on his phone. We'll get into more of that in a second in the rants. But Tommy, your Yankees, the bats are booming.
They're booming, coach. I mean, the Orioles are not playing very well right now. Their pitching's not great at all. I think they're in last place in the AL East. And I got to tell you, man, Grisham leading off and starting the game off with a homer, and Ben Rice again. The kid's a machine. He's unbelievable. We all know how good Judge is. Bellinger getting in the act, which we need him to start hitting, and then Rice again hit another home run. 4 home runs they hit last night. Keep the momentum going, guys. They need it. Carlos Rodon pitched very well last night. Great game for the Yankees last night.
Seabass, he just did like this with your Orioles right there. That's what he just did.
Yeah, it's good.
Sorry.
I'm not really a fan of the Orioles. I just trying to make some money off of them. But yeah, I mean, the Yankees were hot last night. They hit for the cycle in the first inning as a team. It was crazy. Like
That is crazy.
Home run, out, triple, double, out,
Double.
something like that. It was ridiculous.
Raphael, what are the odds of a team starting the game with 3 straight home runs?
Close to 525,000 to 1. But there's only one guy to hit 3 home runs in one inning. 1930. Let me get his name right. Gene Wright for the Boston Red Sox hit 3 home runs in one inning.
Wow.
3 home runs in one. What they score? 25 runs in that inning? What
it
the
was
hell?
crazy. I think they had 10 runs before the 4th inning going into that game.
Wow, that is unbelievable. Unbelievable. And by the way, some of the worst jokes are coming out of weekday wagers, by the way. Robbie Hockey says traffic has been like LA traffic during a Lakers game. There's your dad joke, coach. You can't use the word traffic twice in a joke. That's my entire point. Am I really gonna have to charge for a trash? I think I have to. Robbie and Soupy, we're gonna give you a coupon. We're back live in 5 seconds. Okay, welcome back, everybody. I am the coach. This is Coaching Company live on the Stadium Network nationwide. As you can see, we are outside of the friendly confines. We have taken the show on the road this week, back in O-Town, Orlando, Universal Studios, PFL World Tournament, night number 4 tomorrow night. We're about 36 hours away. It's the big boys. It's the heavyweights. It's the light heavyweights. I encourage you to follow me on social media at The Coach Rules. We will be releasing our Betting the PFL show later today, and I'll be putting out the link. It'll be very, very easy. We want you guys to make a little bit of extra cash betting on the PFL tomorrow on ESPN Plus and also on ESPN2. Now, speaking of ESPN, one of our closest friends to our heart, about a year and 10 days ago, unfortunately, tragically, passed away. And he loved being a part of what we did, loved being a part of ESPN, and he was Dick Vitale's right hand for damn near 30 years. So I always said, as long as I'm running a show, as long as I have breath in this body, we will always honor him as we complain, which is one of his favorite things to do. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's a Wednesday, which means it's always a good time for an F Day.
Good morning, guys. Welcome to the first F Day. Welcome to the first F Day. Pardon me.
I feel like somewhere, Seabass, you and Howie Schwab are like long lost brothers in some other universe.
Had to be parallel universe. Yeah.
Had to be. So I'm going to start with you, Seabass, because you all your worlds collided last night. You love baseball. You're trying to get home. Things not working out. What are you ranting on today, sir?
Yeah, on my way home from work last night. Technology, coach. I think we're becoming too reliant on technology. So I'm coming home last night, want to get home, catch the O's Yankees game. My phone's blowing up because we got home run after home run after home run. And I get to my neighborhood is gated, and I get to the gate, and I go to my app, and nothing. The gate's not opening. I'm like, what's going on here? So I'm like, well, let me try I'm on the resident side, so let me try the visitor side. Also not working. Just get the little spinny circle thing, that's on your phone. Just nothing's happening. So then I call the security gate, and like, okay, just back up, go to the call box and call us from there. Why? You can just used to be able to just buzz me right from my phone. Anyway, I go to the call box, I call them. Yeah, the system's down. It's not working. Why didn't you just tell me that was on the phone with you? I'm now sitting at the gate for 15 minutes. There's nobody, which is really weird that there's nobody behind me trying to get in. And I can't. Well, you got to wait until the security guy comes over and punches in the code at the call box that I'm at that you could have just given to me right there. And I could have punched it in myself. So now I got to wait for this guy. I missed the entire first inning because I'm sitting at the gate waiting to get into my own neighborhood. We have all this technology, and baseball still can't use technology for balls and strikes. They use it for everything else. So we're reliant on it, but not where we need to be. And that's unfortunate.
That happened in 20 minutes for you last night there, Seabass.
It was frustrating. I'm sweating.
And you still took the time to text all of us in the thread as well.
I wanted to make sure somebody was watching it because I.
Well, we knew Tommy was. He's watching his favorite New York team on this screen, his favorite Boston team on that screen.
That's right.
All right. Seabass, well done. Good start. Now, I got to come over to Big Tommy because even though he does have multiple personalities, I have known him for 25 years. And Tommy, through all that time, the one thing that's never wavered, is your fandom. What are you ranting on today?
Coach, I'm ranting on sports flip-floppers. Yeah, that's right. The guys who think they're really, really big-time fans of teams and they don't wear the swag or anything like that. Guys who say, oh, I've been a fan for a while, and then they put the swag away because their team's not great. Oh, wait a minute. That was me last year. I put away the Giants stuff because I was so embarrassed of the team. But not anymore, Coach. I got it on. Big year coming up. Thank you to the GM, Joe Shane. Thank you to the coach, Brian Dable, having one of the best drafts in the NFL. And I am looking forward to a great year. The defense is going to be back to the old days. I am ready to be a big-time Giants fan. Let's go, G-Men.
I don't mean to rain on said parade. However, how many weeks ago was it, Raphael, when somebody that looks a lot like that guy, when they signed Jameis Winston and Russell Wilson, said he was the dumbest GM in the history of football, I believe. Who was that, Raphael? Can you name him for me?
I think the guy that's on the panel with us. And I like how he named the GM that's and the head coach, who those two probably won't be in the Giants next year. So, hey, you get your name mentioned for at least 15 minutes.
Tommy, you literally ranted on yourself. You just ranted on yourself.
Did I really? See, I'm so happy, Coach, that the Giants finally did something great. I didn't even know I did it. It slipped my brain. Sorry.
Everybody else remembers it. Boy, you were mad. Spit's coming out of your mouth. They're the worst ever. Brian Dable and whatever the other guy's name is. But that's all right. It's entertaining. We remember. As you're talking, I was like, does he not remember what he just said on this very show 2 weeks ago?
Open letter. You wrote him a letter on the show.
Yeah, open letter.
It was an open letter. That's right.
Man,
clearly
remembered.
Oh, my gosh. All right, Tommy. I don't know whether to say well done or I don't even know what else to say to that. All right. I'm going to stay in New York, Tommy, just for you. Because today my rant is on premature celebrate. Where'd you guys think I was going to go? Celebrations. Come on now, boys. Come on. Because I watched the other night, and many people don't realize that there was a very brief time in my career where I worked for the MSG Network as I was bridging my WWE life into my ESPN life. I was one of the voices of the Knicks halftime pregame show. There's nothing like Madison Square Garden. I get it. You get hyped. But you're in a first-round best-of-7 against the Pistons, and you win a game at home, and if I just drop somebody off of Mars into New York City, and they walked into that building, you say, what did this team just win? Their first reaction would be, clearly the NBA championship. I mean, you're hugging Spike Lee, Tracy Morgan, John Starks, for God's sakes. Remember the left-handed dunk? And you're hugging them after a win in game number, 3, 4, 5, whatever it was? And so what happens? The NBA gods get you because last night couldn't get the job done. And so that series continues on back in Detroit City. NBA players, NFL players, Major League Baseball players, unless you're winning a series that is at least a semifinal or higher, you cannot hug the crowd at courtside, especially Spike. Did anybody else have a problem with the celebration from the Knicks? Not just in game one, but also in another game that was in Detroit where Spike was in attendance. Anybody else?
Yeah, I do, Coach. I'm tired of Spike Lee. I'm tired of the Knicks. It's all I hear is, "Oh, we want Boston. We want Boston." On the fan, they're saying, "Once we beat Detroit," well, you haven't beat Detroit yet, so we'll see what happens there, and you will get Boston.
Wow, you're going to be very conflicted, Tommy, when the Knicks play Boston. You got to make sure that your brain tells you which sport you're actually cheering for. And by the way, did you guys see this story? This was also my rant today. Who was the young kid that you took at 3, Tommy, in the draft from Penn State? Carter, right?
Carter.
Did you guys see this story? The disrespect, the walking in with a straight face and asking to wear number 56, the coveted Lawrence Taylor jersey. Tommy, what was your first reaction?
It's ridiculous, and now he's asking for Phil Simms' number.
Yep.
He wants number 11.
Oh,
No
Phil's
way.
going to love that.
Oh, Phil is old school, man. There's no way that's happening.
Seabass, do you think there would ever be an avenue for 56 to be worn again if you're a Giants player?
No.
Ever?
No. And
He's
the
the greatest of all time.
audacity, we're going to talk about Shedeur Sanders and his crew and how much humility he doesn't have, but this kid's coming in, he wants 56. Go
Yeah.
sit down somewhere. Absolutely not.
Raphael, what do you think the reaction was? I'm hoping it was just like the agent calling the GM saying, hey, here's what he would like. Because if he walked in person and asked for that, it would have been like stone cold silence.
These kids just don't know the history of the sport that they play. I think that's all it is. I mean, the only person is going to wear 56 is if Taylor had another son and he was playing football. That's the only person that's going to wear his number. But these kids don't know nothing these days.
By the way, speaking of Shedeur, Louis Riddick was on ESPN this morning. I don't know if you guys saw his appearance, but he basically backed up how ridiculous it was that Shedeur Sanders wasn't taken until the 5th round. All these stories have started to come out. Tommy, I'll start with you real quick. The more I hear about it, the more I'm leaning towards the NFL because none of these teams wanted him coming in with the bling, the Rolls Royce, driving a more expensive car than your highest paid player for your football team. And he never backed down from that appearance leading up to the draft. Did you blame the teams for letting him drop?
No, I don't. And some interviews he came in with headphones on, and the rumor here for the Giants was Dable gave him a set of plays to go over, and I'm going to throw plays at you like he did last year with Williams and everything. And he had no idea what Dable was talking about. Didn't even look at the plays one iota. Thought he was better than that. And then you walk in interviews with headphones on. End of story, guys.
Seabass that he would throw up bad plays and see how the players would react to them. And at one point, Shedeur Sanders says, I may not be the right fit for you. And called them out. What would you do, Seabass, if you were sitting in that seat?
I mean, every interview I've been in, what are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? And maybe he's not a good fit for them. I'm okay with that. Listen, we let Johnny Manziel come in, or no, Baker Mayfield was this. Johnny Manziel was the part, and they got drafted first round to Cleveland as well. So maybe it's a great spot for Shedeur to be in, is Cleveland. But I don't know. I think it was too much was made of it. Players are who they are these days. Personality is a big thing, and so is marketability.
Though, and I just severely disagree with both of you. If I was a head coach, Brian Daboll, who's made his career working with quarterbacks, and you say, I don't want to deal with a bad play that I had in college, maybe I'm not the right fit for you, he would be checked out the door. Out the door.
But we talk about cornerbacks and short memories and moving on. But yeah, I made a bad play. I moved on from that here.
Right, but he didn't even do that. He didn't even want to talk about it. So, and taking a FaceTime call, that would have been just throw it.
There's no excuse for that one. I can't take that away. But
all right, we are halfway home. Coming up on the other side, 2 big games tonight: Golden State Rockets, LA Timberwolves. Coaching Company live right here on Stadium. We continue on here on our YouTube page. Brand new. If you haven't subscribed to it, please do so. Hit that share button and the like button on your way, and it really helps the show grow. Raphael, it's very clear that superstars in the NBA are watching our show every single day. Yesterday, we dedicated an entire segment, basically, to Jamal Murray and the Denver Nuggets. We said, hey, how come he hasn't shown up? What does he have to do tonight? And what did he do? 43 points in a pivotal Game 5 win. The Nuggets now have 3 games to do. What did you make of Jamal Murray finally stepping up last night?
I thought Murray and Gordon were the big reasons why they won that game. Yeah, Murray went bananas, but Gordon, second chance points, dished it out to Murray and hit 2 threes that no one's talking about. So I think both of those guys were key guys to win that game. Joker got his numbers, but Murray and Gordon had fantastic games.
It's been the best series, Seabass, by far so far. I want to see this thing go to 7.
I definitely want to see it go to 7. The competitiveness between both of these teams is great. And with the Nuggets, right, we all know Joker's going to do what he's going to do, triple-double, 60, whatever. But if they want to win the series, these other guys have to get involved. So it was great to see Jamal Murray last night finally show up to a game.
Hey, Tommy, if I would have forgotten to let you do your rant in the last segment, how would you react to that right now? What would you do?
No trick question. Just go.
It's crazy. I mean, like you call the guy out, and then he finally shows up. And hey, let's face it. In order for the Nuggets to advance,
Tommy has no idea what I just asked him. He clearly has no clue what I just asked him. None whatsoever. He's going back into Jamal Murray. I'm calling myself out, Tommy.
Oh,
I'm
I'm
calling
sorry.
because I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
And I will rectify that on the other side. Yeah. Apparently, I did not care about Raphael at all in the last segment and just realized that just now.
Yeah.
But way to stick to the script, Tommy. Way to stick to the script. All right. We're going to have a bonus rant coming up on the other side. Also, hoop it up. Golden State and the Rockets, Timberwolves and the Lakers. You cannot get a better night than that. We're back live in just 5 seconds. Okay, welcome back. We are on the other side of the bottom of the hour. If you're watching us live on Stadium, it is 10:32 in the East. A lot of you out in the West, where I normally reside, are just getting out of bed. Welcome to your Wednesday. Now, producer man, I need the 4 guys back up on the screen because I made an F up in the last segment. See what I did there? Now, Raphael, you're always a gentleman. You're always way too nice. You're always so kind. And you let us blabber for the last 4 minutes of the last segment and never said a word. But alas, I would be remiss as the host of said show to not allow you the time that you so well earned. What are you ranting on today?
Well, the show must go on, and I was going to mention it after the show when we have our pre-production. You know, what do we do wrong? What do we do right? I was going to let you have it there, but the wrestling fans will probably realize that I am correct in this one, and I can guarantee you Tommy's on my side. Grown men, I'm talking to you grown men, 21 years or older. Do not put a wrestling championship belt around your shoulder and walk around in public. What are you guys doing? They're $400 to $500 worth of belts, and you're going to put it around your shoulder like you won a championship? Last night, me and the wife are walking around the French Quarter, having a nice moment. There's no wrestling around. There's no WWE events anywhere close to the South. And I see a guy with a championship belt around his shoulder walking out of a restaurant. Did he fight at the restaurant? Did I miss a match at the restaurant? Were they filming something at the restaurant? No, just walking around with a WWE championship belt around his shoulder. You think he's going to get lucky with his girl that he was with last night with a championship belt around his shoulder? No. What are you doing, people? You're not champions. I never saw a karate guy wear his black belt around his shoulder or a UFC belt walking around in public. What are you guys doing? Be better. Be grown men.
Oh, Raphael, I can't tell you how many times when I was in the WWE, and Tommy can probably back me up on this, that we'd be out on the road and we would see this, and these people, because it wasn't always just men, these people would think they were so proud to have this now $800 belt on their shoulders, but they weren't thinking about getting a date or putting the picture up on an app, dating app, put it together. See what I did there? Tommy, remember how we used to see those people out on the road be at WrestleMania? Yeah. Like what? Now, WrestleMania, it almost made sense because it was like an anime or whatever they call that conference where everybody's in the same spot. Yes. But just in a random city?
Yeah, it was crazy. You know, I worked ringside for years, and guys used to before the show. I'm like, "Okay, guys, how you doing?" And a guy had a title belt, and he goes, "Hey, can I challenge Bret Hart tonight?" I'm like, "Yeah, that'll be segment 5. Hey, Kev, can you change segment 5? I got a fan that wants to challenge Bret Hart. And he's like 400 pounds. Yeah, okay.
Oh, and every time we'd see him somewhere, we're like, well, that's why Vince is a multi-billionaire because of those. This year, they sold 4 different belts. It's over $750 just for Triple H. $750.
God.
There was one that was $850.
Yep.
One that was $850.
Oh, time out. Like these fake belts, they cost that much?
Yes.
Yes.
About wrestling.
Yes. It used to be $250 or $3. They had commemorative belts this year for $750 and $850 because Triple H got inducted into the Hall of Fame.
I see a guy wearing one on the street, I can just run right up and give him the stunner. And hit him.
And take it and sell it on eBay. All right, we've got NBA games we have got to get to, so it's now time, ladies and gentlemen, to hoop it up. All right, game 1 tonight, and since both are Western Conference game, this one's going to start at 6:30 local time in Houston, 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. Raphael, I want to start with you because we're looking at numbers right now, and we already know that Tommy has this as a best bet. Is this going to stay around the 4, go down, or go up in your mind today?
I think it's going to come down. One shop already has at 3.5, so I think we'll see 3.5. I don't think we'll go down to 3. That's just too much money and a game that's pretty balanced, especially with Houston being at home, and role players will probably be huge for Houston. But I like Golden State with plus the 4 points because we see what we saw last, and Golden State played really well with Jimmy Butler maybe being 70%. He was limping around a lot, and now he's had an extra day of rest. I like Golden State. Grab the plus 4 now. It's not going to be there.
I agree. And Seabass, Golden State has proven not only are they kind of that flashy team that we always knew with Steph Curry, but now with Jimmy Butler on the squad, they are a playoff flashy team, as I call them. They can grind it out or they can get it up and down. And he scored 27. Steph only had 17, which means he's in line, one of my best bets, to go off tonight. So how do you think the books put this one as a 4?
Man, I think the only reason you get to 4 is because it's must win for Houston, and they're at home. I mean, that's the only way you get that number. I think this Jimmy Butler trade was probably the best trade that happened in the NBA. It's made Golden State relevant. It's made the fans excited for Golden State again. Yeah, it's got to be because Houston's at home and it's must win for them. It's the only way you get to 4 points here.
The quietest 2 seed, Tommy, maybe in the history of the NBA. And when the series price came out, the Warriors were a significant favorite. I think in some shots, weren't they, Raphael, minus 170, minus 175 when it went off? And they were the 7th seed, and they had to play in the play-in tournament, and they're still a favorite over the 2 seed. So, Tommy, going in tonight, when you got a team that Sengun was your leading scorer at 31, nobody even knows who he is. Van Vliet had 25, and he's not an elite scorer day in and day out. I think the Rockets are in real trouble. Elaborate a little bit more on why you thought the Warriors at plus 4 was an absolute lock for you tonight.
Well, it's a lock for me because they got playoff Jimmy. That's what they call him. Reggie Miller calls him playoff Jimmy. The guy could play inside, outside. Draymond Green is just throwing his body all over the place. And Steph Curry, excuse me, is just incredible. This guy is unconscious. When it comes late in the game and you need that dagger three-pointer, man, he just doesn't even look, guys. He just throws it up and it is in. And I'll give me Curry any day of the week like that. I know the Rockets are good. They're young. They're going to play D. The coach will have them ready to play. They're at home. That's the reason why it's at 4, because they're a young team and they know how to play D. But, man, when you got playoff Jimmy and Curry, give me them all day, every day.
Yeah, a couple of weeks ago, he said, my tank is full, and it shows out there as well. They showed a graphic the other day. He's running around 11 miles every single game for the Warriors. That's crazy. 11 miles Steph Curry is running when he's out on the court. By the way, if you want to join JTS, the model has been absolutely on fire. Mark in the chat said the model's hitting 77.2% on the NBA playoffs. Crazy, over 75%. Wow. So the over, I thought was very low, Raphael, 203.5. That's the highest probability according to the model at JTS. Do you like that total since it's so low?
Yeah, but get it now because it'll probably go to 204, 204 and a half. But if you like Houston, Houston needs an under game. They need one of those 93, 99 type of games to win that game. I think that's why it opened up low because they'll get tickets written all on Houston, but big bets all on Golden State. So that's why the total will probably creep up.
All right, let's flip the script now over to the game that everybody's talking about because this is more than just about Seabass, the T-Wolves, and the Lakers. There are people in Dallas that are desperate for the Lakers to lose. All of those, he doesn't play defense. He doesn't get backstories are starting to creep up one more time. Yes, Luka had 38 in game number 4, but down the stretch, LeBron James, an absolute ghost. LeBron James turning the ball over. The Lakers not executing. J.J. Redick not bringing in one other player outside of those 5 for the entire second half. So much criticism to go around. But now they got to put that in the rear view. And they got to come back tonight at home. And as LeBron James said, it's about one game and then going back to Minnesota. How big of a game in your mind, Seabass, does LeBron and Luka have to have together tonight?
They need to have the biggest game. In fact, this for me, this is LeBron's legacy, this game right here. If they lose tonight and they get knocked out of the first round, gentlemen's sweep 4-1, the GOAT conversation is over. LeBron James is no longer in it. I don't care how you slice it, dice it, want to talk about it. He cannot be in it anymore with Luka as your number 2. And you as a 3 seed, home court advantage in the first round, you can't get through to round 2. It's done. It's a wrap for him.
How much do you think Nico, Tommy Carlucci, in Dallas, the GM, right now is begging the T-Wolves to bounce the Lakers tonight?
Oh, he's loving life. He wants it to happen in a big way. And Coach, you put the heat on J.J. Redick, and I agree with you guys here, man. You don't give LeBron a blow. You don't give Doncic a blow at all. I mean, he's 40 years old, and I know his legacy's on the line tonight, but there's only so much you can do when you don't sit out one iota in the game the other night. It's just crazy bananas. I don't know what Redick was talking about or what he was doing, but Nico's rooting big time for the Edwards and the Timberwolves. And boy, I got to tell you, Edwards has really had some standings there. He's going right at LeBron, man. Being physical with him. Have you seen that?
Yeah, he had 38, and I love when your Italian New York side comes out here on the show, Tommy. It absolutely makes me laugh. Raphael, let me come over to you because when we look at the numbers in this thing, I am baffled. Just like we're kind of baffled with the 3.5 or 4 with the Warriors, but the Lakers at home right now at BetMGM -3 nickels are 5.5. And they have not shown throughout this entire series, A, that they can beat them more than once, but that they can beat them by 5.5. Explain that to me.
If the Lakers win, it's not because of LeBron, it's not because of Luka, it's because of Reeves. He needs to show up and put some points and assists and rebounds on the board and get some second chance points for them to win. If you want to take the Minnesota Timberwolves, jump on a flight, go to Vegas because almost every Vegas sportsbook has +6 on Minnesota. Everyone else pretty much has 5.5. That just tells me everyone in California is paying that high price gas to drive to Vegas and get the number and getting a better shot at it. So there's going to be 2 different numbers. I like Minnesota. I think you can get +6 all across the board.
So you're saying spend money on a plane ticket instead of just buying the half a point at your sports book up to 6?
It all depends on what they some books in the playoffs I've seen charging 20 cents on buying a half a point. 20 cents on buying a half a point is ridiculous. If you're buying 20 cents on the board, that's not good money management.
That's right. Pay $300 for the plane ticket.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Buy that $500 plane ticket to save 20 cents on your
We're
bet.
not talking about your guys' $100 bets. I'm talking about big money coming in. I'm talking like $5,500 to win $5,000. Good money.
My bad. My bad. We're just poachers out here, Seabass. We're just minions out here in Raphael's world. What the hell are we doing? What are we doing?
Don't come to me with anything less than 4 figures, Coach. I'm not here for it.
Yeah, I'm not even talking about it.
I'm buying tons of belts tonight.
By the way, the model over at JTS has Minnesota +6 tonight, and the over at 209.5. It has the projection to 219. And as I just said, 77% the model has hit during the NBA playoffs. I would lean into that Also use the BTT 30 days for free. On the other side, is it over in Milwaukee for Giannis? It's Coach and Company right here live on Stadium. All right, we stay live here on our YouTube page and social media. And Seabass, I got to come to you on this one because I feel like when you had your latest child, and it is very much respectful to have a kid in your 60s, but I can only imagine the first night when you went back that you cooked like the best steak you've ever cooked because you had that dad energy, which is the same as Shohei Ohtani, who last night hit his first home run as a dad for the Dodgers. Do you feel like kind of in simpatico, like you two have something in common?
I still don't think I've cooked dinner since my son's been born yet. I haven't had any time, man. Yeah, it's something always about, a new child that sparks life. And I mean, they call it the circle of life, right? Like the Lion King. I don't know. There's just some energy there that it makes it just fun.
Did you say something about being a dad that sparks new life? That's deep, big dog. That is deep.
Water's wet, Coach. Water's wet.
Raphael, when you look at Shohei, his first 4 games, he hit 2 for 16 after being a dad. He's not sleeping. I get it. The last 4 games, he's 7 for 15. So he's starting to adjust to the diapers. My question to you is, do we think Shohei is changing diapers?
No, he's not changing diapers, but I do love the story of Shohei. He didn't even know he got time off of having a kid. He wanted to play. He didn't want to take the time off. They told him, hey, you get time off for being a first-time dad or second-time dad. You get time off. He wanted to play. I would have said, let him play.
Over from 2011 to 2024, Tommy, over 200 players were on the paternity list, which Shohei just came off of. How many guys do you think hit a home run in their first game back? Over 200.
I would say maybe 25. That's
wow.
About it. Yeah.
Anybody else know?
It's higher. It's got to be like
it is higher. 28 guys. 28 guys. So basically, like 1 out of 8, 1 out of 9 have hit a home run in their first game back after coming off the paternity list.
Did you hit a hole in one your first time you were a dad? Did you hit a hole in one?
Oh, you mean in golf? Oh, my bad. I didn't hear you. We're back live in just 5 seconds. All right, welcome back, everybody. What a good vibe today on an F day here at the brand. We're going to have a great bounce back day. Our best bets, we'll lock them in one more time coming up in about 5 minutes. But we are so much more than just a sports betting brand. And we love to talk about the sports stories as well, because that's what makes our world go round. We are a sports fan show first. And last night, it kind of went over the line when you're talking about a fan who turned into a dad, of one of the best players on the victorious team. Let's bring the guys back in. Raphael, I want to start with this one because we've seen it before with Patrick Mahomes' dad, John Morant's dad, and last night will not be the last time. Tyrese Halliburton's dad, and he later apologized on social media. He went face-to-face with Giannis after his son hit the game-winning shot with a second to go to knock the Bucks out of the playoffs. So 2 questions. How far over the line was that? And is the time in Milwaukee now done for Giannis?
But I do believe they're going to dangle Giannis out for the summer break just because there's a lot of other names I think are going to also be dangled for trade bait. But why is the NBA always let these people on the court at the end of the day? We don't see baseball players and their families come on the field after the games. Football, you rarely see besides Super Bowl and a playoff game. I don't understand why the NBA just let everyone come on the court when the game is over. This could be dangerous. If Giannis was really mad, and let's say he decked the dad, I mean, now we have something we're talking about something totally different today. I don't understand why the NBA lets this game after game.
It is fascinating, Seabass, because I'm assuming because the game was in Indiana, correct? It was in Indiana. Yeah. So they know him. And Halliburton said he didn't even realize that it happened until he basically got to the post game. And he said, yeah, my dad was completely out of line. But for Giannis, he should not have to face this immediately after losing a very emotional playoff series.
No, you're right. He shouldn't have to. But I thought his interview post game, Giannis, I thought it was absolutely brilliant. It was great. He gave Halliburton's dad a little bit of grace. He said, "No, listen, it was disrespectful. I understand where he's coming from as a dad and being supportive. I get all of that. It just crossed the line a little bit because of the situation." But I thought his response was great. But Halliburton's dad later apologized. I think that probably came from his son. But as far as Giannis in Milwaukee, I don't know. He likes it there. I think he's one of those old school type guys who wants to remain one franchise for his career. So I hope he does stay.
He also seems like to me a guy that he's not a me guy. I don't think he'd want to be in New York or LA to where he has to deal with the media all the time. You rarely see Giannis in the offseason on TV, on video, anywhere. I agree, CBS. I think he really likes it. But the other problem is they went out last year and they got Dame Lillard, and he's going to be out all next year. A torn Achilles is a year injury. And for a guy who's a little bit older, I wonder if Giannis is going to want to stay there when they're going to have to gobble up that, $40 million he makes, I think, Rafi, something like that, 35, 40 million. And they can get a little bit of an insurance issue off of it. But, Tommy, let me come over to you. If Giannis doesn't have Dame in the lineup, and they lost Chris Middleton already, they traded him away, it could be more of the same next year. And as he starts to get a little bit older, is he going to want to give a season away at this point of his career?
No, no, he doesn't want to give a season away. And losing Middleton was huge for the Bucks because he was a go-to guy who can shoot. And now with Damian out, he's going to be out for, I guess, all next year. I mean, time is slipping away. I like Giannis a lot. I think he's a class guy. He was classy with his interview last night. I think he doesn't want to give any seasons away. But that team's in a little bit of influx, man. When you don't have Damian there and then you just got Giannis there, they got to really take a look at this team and say, man, we need to reboot, try to build some people around Giannis so they can move on and advance in the playoffs instead of losing in the first round every year.
Yeah, we've got some reaction in the chat. Robbie Hockey says, I need the Greek Freak in Orlando. You can catch Robbie, Mark, and DG on weekday wagers later today at 3 p.m. My man Nate G, he's in the chat all the time, says Giannis got into a match, and also, he got into it with another player during that post-game scrum as well. Raphael, what do you mean by Houston, Orlando need to step up?
I'm hearing that Houston, Orlando could be destinations for him. I think you're correct. I don't see him going to the Knicks. We've already heard the Lakers story and all that. I think he goes to a small market because they can get more. Houston has a lot of draft picks. So does Orlando. I think the Bucks can get more taking those two teams.
And I think the Rockets are showing here in the playoffs that they need some help. Even though they're the 2 seed, they're not a strong 2 seed by any stretch of the imagination. All right, numbers move throughout the hour. A lot of you were not here at the top of the hour. Whatever the reason, we got you covered. It's time to lock it in. All right, 10 seconds or less. 1 or 2 nuggets is all that I need. Big Tommy, Golden State, start us off.
I'm taking the Warriors plus floor minus 108. Another big T note here. The underdog, which is the Warriors tonight, have won the first half in the last 5 games between these two teams. I'm loving the Warriors all the way tonight.
Maybe take them in the first half. I love the big T. Fun facts. Now, Raphael, talk to me.
Even the Timberwolves team total over 101.5, laying the 3 nickels. They've hit this number in 30 out of their last 31 games. And then in baseball, giving the Giants, Padres, first 5 under 4, minus 110. I think the Padres get all their runs in the second half of the game.
And the model of JTS has this one all the way up to 219. So certainly Minnesota can get to 102. Seabass, let's go.
Coach, we're going to go over to the diamond. We're going to take Cincinnati first 3 innings on the money line. St. Louis 2-12 away from home, and Mikolas has given up 11 runs in the first 3 innings alone this season. Give me the Cincinnati to get that win early in the first 3. And then my to get a hit parlay today. Great pitching matchups for both of these guys. Freddie Freeman and Julio Rodriguez, both to get a hit, put it together for minus 122.
Always taking care of us on the diamond. I will handle the rest. I've got 3 plays tonight if you're going to cash with the coach. Steph Curry over 26.5. He's done this in game 1 and game 3. This is game 5. He'll do it again. Jimmy Butler over 5.5 assists. You take out the game where he got hurt, he's gone over this number every single time in the playoffs. Then Luka Doncic over 3.5 threes. He scored 38 in the last game. He's going to have at least that many tonight to stave off elimination. He'll get at least 4 threes at minus 115. Then Big Chuck, who's been the hottest capper we have. He threw in 1 play today. The CONCACAF Champions Cup, Inter Miami, down 0-2 after the first leg. Let's go over 2.75 against Vancouver, minus 125. They're just an offensive juggernaut. Home games, averaging 3.4 goals for Inter Miami. Mark is back from JTS. Mark, what is our JTS play of the day?
Coach, we're going to go with Houston Astros AJ Blue Baugh to throw balls and get over 2 walks today. He's thrown 10 walks over 21 innings while in AAA. He's facing a Detroit team that ranks 3rd in walks in the first 5. We're going to pair that with Minnesota's Naz Reid to get 10 points, at least 10 points in this game. He's averaging 17 points every time he steps onto the court in Los Angeles. Put them both together for a plus 130 play of the day.
We want you to be a part of what we're doing over at JTS. There is the QR code. Use our code BTT30. We're going to give you 30 days for free to check out the entire site. All of the algorithms, all of the edges, the tools in your toolbox, and also they continue Mark and his team to grow the website as well. We're going to grow with it together. All right, Raphael, make me smarter.
Yeah, we had no issue cashing this one yesterday. Inside info, when I have no problem today. The Texas Rangers are 12-3 when playing as a favorite and 7-1 when they're playing a team with a losing record. Sorry, Sacramento A's.
I can't even call them that right now. The Sacramento A's.
I can't call them Oakland. I can't call them Vegas.
Let's call them A's. They're just the A's. That's it. The A's. They don't have.
It's absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. By the way, I'm still trying to figure out how Shaq, with all of the things he has going on, decided to, even though it's an unpaid, he's not going to be there a lot. The new GM of the Sacramento State basketball team, as if he doesn't have anything else to do. He's president of Reebok inside the NBA, which is going to ESPN, which I can't. I mean,
he's bored.
Yeah, he's got nothing else to do.
He should do a porta potty. He should invent a big porta potty for big guys.
All right, gentlemen, well done. Good job on an FD. Appreciate all of you. Producer man, you know what time it is. Give me that one shot. And a quick reminder, coming up today at 3 p.m. Eastern time, it is weekday wagers. The guys will get you set for all of the moving numbers and what's going on tonight across the board. And understand this, there's only one thing left to do. And I believe you all know what that is. You've got your marching orders. Let's take all of these tickets straight to the pay window. For my entire company, damn it, do I love them all. My man Seabass, Raphael, Big Tommy, Mark from JTS, producer man always behind the scenes. I'm simply the coach, trying to keep this train on said track. We grind for you so we can win with you. It's what we're all about every single day. This is Coach and Company live on Stadium. Have a great day.